Good morning and welcome to Money Plant, a Doordarshan initiative to spread financial awareness among viewers. In previous episode, we have learned what private equity is all about. Well attracted by rapidly growing emerging economies, private equity players are expected to build their portfolio by as much as 20% in the next 2 years, with India and China likely to corner the lion's share of these allocations. According to a global annual survey by Emerging Market Private Equity Association and Coller Capital, private equity players expect the proportion of their PE allocations directed at emerging markets to rise to 16 to 20% in 2 years, time from the prevailing 11 to 15% level. The world's top private equity firms have been at their most active in India this year. The funds have participated in India-related deals valued at $2.1 billion in the year so far, surpassing the previous record of $1.9 billion in investments in all of 2007. Moreover, India represented 9% of the value of all investments by the top 10 global private equity firms this year as they turn to markets with strong growth potential. Historically, India's representation has been 1% to 2%. Asia accounted for 23% of the deals completed in 2011 to date, up from 5% in 2006-2007. In India, too, deal activity has surged due to the change in the mindset of the promoter. Indian promoters are becoming more amenable to selling out and accepting management control or management change. Moreover, global partners are getting the local know-how to do deals and manage transitions. Both funds and investing companies are reaching a level of maturity. Well, let's discuss more about PE investment in India with industry veterans. We are now joined by Sunny Gupta, Managing Partner, Tachyon Capital, and Nitin Poddar, M&A Partner, J. Sagar and Associates. Sunny and Nitin, welcome to Money Plant. Let me start with Sunny first. Sunny, you have worked in India as well as abroad also. You are with Goldman Sachs and many other funds you have worked with. You have actively invested in India. How do you perceive the private equity space in India as far as the year 2011 is concerned?
2011 is very attractive right now. What has happened in the last 2 or 3 years, there has been a little bit of a flux, and since last year, earlier this year, we're looking at a little more stability coming into the markets. So we're looking at a lot more private equity players coming in. Also, if you're looking at the source of funds from countries out west, whether it's the US or UK or those economies, even those economies there have stabilized. So obviously there is a lot more inflow of funds that we will see in 2011. So we are very optimistic.
Of course, in May 2011, we have record number of deals we have completed. Nitin, you have worked also with company as well as with private equity funds. You also worked outside India also. What is the promoter's mindset? How the entrepreneur should look at the private equity space? What is the scenario in India?
See, the scenario in India is very positive and very vibrant. The Indian promoters are open. Indian promoters are very positive, and they are looking at the private equity options, investments from private equity. In fact, post liberalization, if you see in the last 20 years, the entire India story, the entire India growth story has been strongly supported by the private equity players. We have today in India almost all large private equity players working in India, and promoters, earlier they were very skeptical about the role, the expectations of the private equity, but today the things have changed. Today they understand what a private equity investment is, they understand what role a private equity player is going to play in the company, and they are quite open because today they are faced with a global competition. So they will, in order for them to sustain and in order for them to grow in India and globally, they will need the capital. See, we have strong entrepreneurial entrepreneurship in India. All that they need is a strong fund-based support.
Correct.
So private equity is certainly going to play a major role, and Indian entrepreneurs, if I may say so, that they are absolutely positive about this, and there is no hesitation in their mind today to accept a private equity player in their company.